Good morning, everyone, and welcome to Master Tarot. My name is Libby. I'd like to acknowledge the Warramai First Nations people, and I'd like to welcome you, your guides, and my guides to the reading today. What I'm going to have a look at, something a little bit different, is I'm going to have a overview look at the world energies. The reason I'm doing that is, again, a serendipitous moment on the weekend. I have bookcase books everywhere in my house, and I just went to the bookcase to look for a new book, and I pulled this one off the shelf. Now, it is an old book. It's I think, if I remember correctly, I acquired it off my mother's bookcase about 25-30 years ago. Sorry, Mum. Written in 1993, and it is, I had read it previously and it was just all gobbledygook to me. I had read it 15, 20, 30 years ago. Gobbledygook to me. I've had several attempts at it, but now the time is such, and I know it's a piece of fiction, but it is a fascinating explanation of the changing of the world energies coming at this time. And I'm just finding it resonating with me at this stage. Pardon me, change of season cough. So I also find it interesting, my choice of books to prop up my computer was Billy Connolly, Windswept and Interesting, which was my book that I was using for about 6 months there, and I've changed to The Seventh Scroll by Wilbur Smith, which is quite a spiritual fictional read as well. So it's all quite interesting how things are just seem to come together in a particular way. What I want to do first of all is I want to just, if you're in the United States, please check your voter registration. A, that you are registered, and B, that you are registered correctly to the ID that you're going to be using on the day that you vote. There is news coming out of the US that especially in Republican states that thousands of voters are being stricken off records to their that they have no knowledge, the voter has no knowledge of. It's not like they get notified, stricken off the records for dubious reasons. So please check your voter registration and check that it is accurate to the ID you'll be using on the day. Heart goes out to those in Taiwan and Puerto Rico. Taiwan has just been under the influence of a record-breaking typhoon, and Puerto Rico has been hit by a hurricane, and 3 million people, I believe, are without energy. So love and light to those people. Wish I could do more from this part of the world. All I can do is encourage you to be aware of climate change and do take whatever steps you can to move towards a sustainable earth. Okay, what I want to have a look at today before I start on the world energies, which I'm kind of excited about, I just want to double check in the marriage equality bill in the US is going through Congress today, our time, which will be tonight, I suspect the US time. And I did read on that last week and saw that unfortunately it was going to fail. I think it needs to get 60 votes out of the is it 101 representatives, and I did see it failing, but I want to check, especially after being caught out with the Sweden election the other day. So I want to introduce you. This is finally got round to making my own pendulum on the weekend. Yeah, it's a little bit rough and ready like myself. This is an amethyst that that has been with me for 20-25 years. So it's one of the first gemstones I ever bought into my space, and it will be around long after I'm gone in this state as well. It's really powerful. I've been using it over the weekend, and I'm surprised at the power of it. Because it's a heavier stone on a shorter chain, it does tend to take a little while to change direction, but we'll just go through the motions. We'll get set. Good morning. Oh, it's swinging already. I was thinking, may I ask a question? And it knows what I'm thinking. And the big circles, as you know, is me saying, oh, my hands are a little bit clammy today, is me asking it if I can ask a question. May I ask a question? May I ask a question? Thank you. Could you show me yes, please? Show me yes, just for my lovely viewers. Back and forth is yes. Can you show me no, please? Can you please show me no? It takes a while to change direction because of its weight and it's only a thin chain, but can you please show me no? And side to side is no. If you've got any questions that you'd like to ask, please put them in the... it's gone back to the circle. Please put them in the comments below. Okay, can you please tell me... Can I ask a question, please? Can I ask a question? Will the marriage equality vote pass Congress today, the US Congress later tonight? And again, it's a no. Will the marriage equality vote in the US pass Congress at some stage after the midterms? Some stage after the midterms. Will the marriage equality vote? And again, I'm getting a yes, which is what I got last week. Okay, so don't be disappointed, is what I'm trying to say. It is disappointing, but don't be disappointed. It will get there, and it will get there in a more powerful form than if it goes through at this stage. Okay, what I'm going to do, I'm just going to start. Oh, I'm getting chills up my legs, which means they're all here and ready to go. So wonderful to have them. I'm using my Work Your Light Tarot, Work Your Light Oracle, and I'm going to use my Nature's Whispers Oracle as well, just to get some cards on the world energies at the moment. She's telling me Nature's Whispers first, so just swap those decks over. Morning, Meister. Morning, Ngariin. He's got the biggest grin on his face, Ngariin. I mean, it's this. He is very, very much a full-blooded Aboriginal leader, so he is quite dark. He's got the big white bushy beard and hair, very white, but the grin on his face, wrinkling his eyes up. He really wants me to read on this today. Morning, Ngariin. Thank you. Tell me about the world energies at this stage. We're going through a period of transition where we are becoming more spiritually aware, and we are seeking out our spirituality. It's almost like we're searching for something, and we're not quite sure, for many of us, which is why there's a lot of anger in the... Okay, thank you. There's a lot of anger in the world at the moment, a lot of fear, a lot of... if I call tribalism, yeah, he's saying tribalism, but it's not tribe as we think of it with a territory. It's tribalism as in gang. Okay, thank you, gang. As in... Trumpism, as in neo-Nazism, as in... So there's a lot of fear and anger going on in the world as we are seeking something. Oh, evangelism, evangelicalism. As humans are becoming more conscious and are seeking something, but they don't know what they're seeking. They're looking externally for what they're seeking instead of internally. Okay, thank you, Ngariin. That was a big message. Okay, thank you. It's about at the moment. That's why it's a transition period. We have come to the stage where we are aware, as a human race, that there is more than just. Okay, there's more than capitalism. There's more to life than money. We are in the West I know there's a lot of poverty and homelessness, but we are at a stage where slow down a bit, please, Ngariin. We're at a stage where the standard of living is significantly improved, even though there is this poverty and homelessness. The average, and what we're seeing is because of the extreme wealth and the extreme poverty occurring, we're coming to a stage where we are dissatisfied with that. We have attempted that, it's not working, we know that, we know there's more, and we are looking for whatever that more is. Okay. So that's why there's this anger and fear and violence and yeah, okay, thank you. The tribalism is what he's going back to. Is what, because they're seeking the level of spirituality that you and I have discovered, but they have not discovered yet because they're looking outside, they're not looking inside. They are trying to find somebody else to provide the answer. They're trying to find somebody, yeah, okay. They're trying to find somebody to tell them the answer, but they're looking in the wrong places. Thank you, thank you. Okay, right, Nature's Whispers. What message? Oh, thank you, Ngariin. What message in an easy to understand format? What message do you have for us? That card does not want to go back in. Oh, interesting. Okay. Clear out the old. I don't think I've seen this card before. But it's very much about what I was just talking about. Clearing out the old way of thinking. Passing through that keyhole. Not easy until we declutter our lives, declutter our minds, declutter our relationships. We need to clear out the old before we can pass through this keyhole into this bright future. And I'm drawn to this image here. It's looking like, very much like my ball here. It's not a crystal ball, it's a fishing buoy, an old-fashioned fishing buoy, when they were made of glass, not plastic. But I do love the shape and the feel of that. But it reminds me of that shape, and it reminds me of a crystal ball of what paradise we are looking for and what we believe we are after. Just having a look to see what's in that image. Looks like it's Stonehenge, and it's a clock. I don't know if you can see the numbers on the clock. It's telling me it is time to rediscover the spirituality and clear out what is no longer necessary so that we can pass through. Okay. Oh, I'm the wise owl. The wise owl. Taking the blindfold off. Okay, thank you. I was just told, taking the blindfold off of what we believe that we want. New experiences and possibilities. So once we pass through this keyhole, new experiences and possibilities, endless. Look at that garden of abundance. Being at one with nature. Not being obsessed with getting ahead, not getting of chasing the more and more wealth and assets, keeping up with the Joneses. It's not about this. This is about new experiences and possibilities on a deeper level than what we have been experiencing. Pause. Don't forget to take a breath. And it is the perfect timing, the perfect setting for this to take place. Perfect setting and leading to hope and happiness. So I'll bring you down to have a look at these. Beautiful colours in these cards. So we have basically a clearing out of the old, moving beyond. Just having a look at this. When I look at this, I know they're not coins, but to me they look like coins dropping, gold coins dropping, relationships that are not working. What else have we got in this? Just a craggy dead growth over here. but we have the dandelion with the wishes, the wise owl, the fact that it's time for this spirituality to come forward, and by taking off that blindfold we can cross through this keyhole into this new beginning, this new world of possibilities. However, take time to breathe. Take time out to breathe in this perfect setting that you will find yourself in. If you pause. Okay, thank you, Master. And Ngariin, I think it's Ngariin taking the steps today. In what I'm getting with this pause is that it's gone. What was it, Ngariin? Please put it back in there. Please put it back. It just passed straight through me. Taking a breath. Taking a breath. Thank you. Acknowledging is what he was telling me. So pause, acknowledge, see, thank you, see what is happening, see what's going on around you, observe, thank you, observe rather than see, but open your spiritual eye to it. Pause, open your spirituality and observe. Okay, thank you. Because everywhere we are is a perfect setting. We are where we are meant to be. This is sounding like a Meister's guidance, but this is very much what Ngariin wanted to bring for us today. Wherever we are is where we are meant to be at this time. And once we experience this and we paint ourselves this new picture of this beautiful path forward, we will find hope and happiness. But we need to clear out this old first. Okay, thank you. Base of the pack is Make-A-Wish, which we've got here, the Make-A-Wish. Okay, so thank you, Ngariin. I hope that makes sense to you. But that's where we are at the moment, is we need to do this decluttering before we can move forward. I'll put those on upside down. Okay. So I now just want to have used my my Lightworkers Oracle, and then we'll move on to the Lightseers Tarot. And if I get time, I'll use also my intuitive cards to see the overall of where we are and where we need to go. Okay. Thank you, Ngariin. Thank you. Have you got some cards for us from the Lightseers Oracle, just to expand on those cards that you just gave us? What do we need to do? What are the energies in the world today? What are the energies in the world today? What do we need to be aware of? Energies in the world today. Whoops. You're already doing it. You're here. Stop overthinking. Keep facing your true north. So don't overthink. You're here, which is the place you need to be right now. It's the step you need to take. Just say yes. Just do it. To quote a famous slogan, we are the keepers of the earth. You are not alone. The fact that you're here means you're part of a community. You are not alone, but also your ancient ancestors are standing by you, and they're your cheer squad. Connect with your spirituality, and they will connect with your ancestor spirits, and they will stand behind you, and they will support you as you go forward. And you and your ancestors are the original light workers, longing for home, belonging, and because you're here, you're part of belonging. You belong to this community. And we and your ancestors are the original light workers. Okay, thank you. And this comes back to the card about clearing out, awakening, energetic upgrades, a new way of being, integration. become one with the light, become one with the spirit. Okay, thank you. That was great, Ngariin. So what I'm going to do, I'm just going to have what I'll do is I'll do a Celtic cross with the Light Seers Tarot, just to see about where we are now, where we have been, and what we need to do and where we are going. Okay, I told you it was a little bit offbeat today, but Ngariin really wanted to get this message out, and it is an extended version and a different version from Light Seers. Okay, thank you. As I've been doing my poker shuffle, and I just split the cards to do them one more, but I was made to glance at them, and what I have here is, it's the Death card, Death and Rebirth, but it is about authentic reform. And it is about decluttering yourself from the old and authentically reforming yourself to the new. So letting go of the baggage, letting go of the dead wood that you've been carrying around, whether it be physical or spiritual or emotional, and rebirth. And you are supported. You are supported here. You will find when you do your clearing out, it's not easy. It may be difficult. You will find that you may receive backlash from those that are not ready to move on with you. And because you are moving on, they feel threatened by that, because they can see the light that you are now exuding. Oh, and now pop the Tower card, about breaking down old systems so that you can rebuild anew, and the Empress, rebirth, and Mother Earth, caring for Mother Earth. But yeah, so you will find, and I'm not going to shy away from this, those around you that have been drawing on your energies, your positive energies, the energies that you put out, they have been sucking on your energies, and you will find that they will try and sabotage you. Thank you, Ngariin. He's really putting it out there today. They will try and sabotage you because they don't want to lose that energy that they're getting from you. It is draining you. They don't want to lose it. But for you to lift your vibration and move forward, you need to clear out this clutter. And you'll also find that because they are also seeking, if they see you actually moving forward and finding, they will feel threatened as well if they're not ready to move on to that stage. Okay, thank you. Okay, may I have a extended Celtic cross to let us know where we are, where we've been, where we're going, and what we need to do. Thank you, Master. Thank you, Ngariin. It's Ngariin today. The habit is thank you, Master. Thank you, Ngariin. He gave me a big chuckle at that. Yes. Thank you. Thank you. Oh, I had something flip over. When I said big chuckle at that card popped out and went back in the deck. This is what it's all about, and this is the energy from Ngariin coming down and striking me at this stage, going through me so that I can open up and share it with you. There's no malice that I said Master instead of Ngariin. He knows. He knows. He's here as my support. He's here as my messenger. He's here as my guide. Thank you, Ngariin. So, can I have an extended Celtic cross, please? Extended Celtic cross. That card does not want to go back in again. Yes, it does. If you open yourself up to your guides and listen to them, boy, you hear the instructions very clearly. Extended Celtic cross, please. Right, let's have a look. Oh, okay. This one actually caught my attention while I was shuffling, and I just kept shuffling, and I thought, well, if it's meant to be, it will come out, and here it is. The Hanged Man. We're at this point in the earth, the world energies, where we are suspended, waiting. It's almost like we're waiting for something, but we're looking for something. But also there is this shift that humanity, the soul and spirituality of humanity, are actually looking for something new. So if you think back, 1,000 years, it was we were basically controlled by the church and the monarchy. They told us how to think, they told us how to be, they told us how to feel. That was our energies at the time. You go back 500 years and we started to move into the energies of capitalism, especially with the start of the industrial revolution age. What was that, about 300 years ago? There was a shift away from the church as being the be-all and end-all. Science started to come in when it was proven that the earth wasn't the centre of the universe, and they started discovering that how thunderstorms, how things were actually created, how the tides were related to the moon, that the fish runs were related to the seasons. It wasn't about the gods providing it all, that there was other reasons for death, not just the will of God. So we went through that stage, and now we're at a new stage where we're moving from absolute belief in science and capitalism to a new awakening of this spirituality. Okay, thank you, Ngariin. Oh boy. Okay, crossed by the Five of Cups. Does not surprise me that this card's come forward. This is about loss and disappointment, but the fact that there is, so as I mentioned before, there will be some that find this transition extremely difficult to start with, and it's not going to happen. He said it's not even going to happen in decades. It's going to be over the next few centuries that this full transition is going to happen. It's going to gain momentum fairly quickly, but there will always be those who find themselves lost, finding themselves afraid, disappointed, fearful. Yes, but I'm always drawn in this card to this particular cup here that is shining these energies forward. Okay, foundation of the reading. Couldn't ask for a better card. This is about look at the light at the top of those stairs. It's about just climbing those stairs to this new spiritual beginning, this new awakening of spirituality, and the joy on this figure's face. And I'm just really drawn to the etching at the top there. It's just blooming with possibilities. Absolutely. Growth. Excitement. Oh, okay. I haven't really looked at this card terribly in super detail. I don't know if it'll show up on my camera, but can you see above this figure all these symbols? You have the fish there for the Christianity. You have the occult. You have the symbols for particular cultures and sciences in the past. So it is a culmination of all those, taking it all on board, opening yourself up, climbing the staircase. In the past, Mother Earth, rebirth. Now she's not past, this is about the awakening, about the rebirth and caring for nature, coming back full cycle to be with nature. And that is the instigator of this movement, the movement from the raping and pillaging of the land for the dollar and the seas, drawn to the fishes up in her shoulders. It is a shift in mentality from a tree is only worth the value of it being chopped down and turned into wood, that the seas are only worth the value of the fishes. There is this shift that is coming, a rebirth of the appreciation of Mother Earth. Crowning the reading, the Magician. So out of these 5 cards, we have 4 major arcana, which is telling me take notice. This is manifesting of possibilities. I'm drawn to the fact that it is also very similar to the well that is shown in this card, but the magician is bringing what is going down into that well, drawing it out into glorious light and possibilities of what is to come. Through meditation, through engagement, through acknowledgement. Okay. Immediate future, Ace of Swords. The realization of truth and wisdom. Now, it doesn't debunk science going forward. In fact, if anything, science is even more important as we move forward with this. It is just encompassing everything that has gone before, engaging our minds, engaging our intellect, and opening our awareness. And that light that is just coming down directly into your mind, into your brain, it's about encompassing all of it. Externally, surveying what's going on, contemplation, taking this wisdom, taking this intellect, and contemplating how it can be brought forward. Internally, another major arcana. The Wheel of Fortune. Times are changing. I'm very much drawn to this figure on top of the wheel. On one side we have the dark, on the other side we have the light. And it is about that time is changing. It is a new door is being opened, and we are moving into this light. Standing very much like Ngariin stands. Hopes and fears, Ace of Pentacles. Now, when I look at this, the only card in this reading so far that is not a court card or a major arcana is this about the loss. And it does mean that this is a low vibration, this loss, and we need to raise ourselves up to this point. So the Ace of Pentacles and hopes and fears, this is about a new beginning for growth. A new beginning, the health of the earth, the health of its occupants, and I mean all its occupants, flora and fauna. It is about nurturing and growth. Moving outcome, circles of support. Do we need? We are finding our tribes, we are finding our people, we are moving into this circle of support. We are celebrating, we are joy, we are wondrous, we are looking on with wonder at what this future holds for us. Here's this shuffled and shuffled and shuffled. We are at this stage of death and rebirth, of authentic reform going forward. It is going to be a bit of a juggle, I won't deny it, but we need to look forward. Moving forward. Okay, thank you, Ngariin. So it's all about looking to the future with passion, looking at the possibilities, but also very much drawn to the fact that she's standing there with a surfboard looking out to the ocean, communing with nature, being in nature, listening to nature, absorbing it into our soul, but also moving back to the simplicity of life. So it will be a bit of a juggle, especially if you're going through this period of cleaning out. Really have to decide about what is important to you, what is what honestly is your life path, and what way you want to go forward as we are at this stage of death and rebirth and authentic reform. Okay, what I'm going to do is I'm going to just do a little bit of a story with my intuitive cards. Don't know quite what they'll tell me because this is not necessarily what they were made for, but let's have a look. What do we need to do? What do we need to do as a community, as a tribe, as a mob? What do we need to do to move forward? What do we need to do? Be full, large, and talk about it. Talk about it. You never know who, tentatively, I've found some very interesting, I've got friends that I have very recently felt that the time was right to introduce this spirituality that I have been discovering, and lo behold, those friends have opened right up about their own journeys for discovering their spirituality, or they may have even started as interested doubters, curious doubters, but by engaging with them, they are also discovering that their journey is opening up to them, and this has just popped out. Bullseye. Very much this is what it's about. Finding the moment. You'll feel it. You don't need to broach the subject with everybody. It's about a particular feeling you'll get that it is time and it is the right person. If it doesn't feel right, then don't pursue it. And that's what very much about being connected with your spirituality, because all you'll do is induce fear in those that are not ready. But that's when you're in touch with your spirituality. If something is meant to happen, it will feel right and it will be simple. And if you're in touch with your inner guides and your inner soul, then you will feel that a time is right. Oops, I've got cards flip over there. That was my own fault. Slippery cards. You will feel that the time is right. Okay. So, hello Ngariin. Just tell us a bit of a story about what we need to do to help this change go forward. What do we need to do to help this change? Okay, thank you. Celebrate. Celebrate what you are experiencing. Even if it's just with me, send me a message via email if you feel you can't do it publicly, or put a comment, because you never know who is reading that will find inspiration from your story. Also, as I mentioned, tentatively mention, but celebrate when you find people who share this journey with you. Communicate. Technology. You and I are coming together via technology as well. Good. Very much good. I would say angelic realm is what we're entering at the moment, but I'm not really big on the angels itself. I prefer to call them the spirits, your spirit guides. But celebrate through technology your spirit guides. Use the modern science, balance and growth. Happiness. Live by example. Anger, sadness. Interesting that these face cards have all come up at once. So this is what I was talking about before. You will find when you move into this vibration, you will find happiness, but there will be some around you who are angry and sad because they're not ready. They can't seem to understand why you've changed in this way. They want you to remain how you are because you serve a purpose for them. However, being in this energy, you are becoming a mentor to show these people the right way. Take the leap of faith. And here's your bullseye again. Take that leap of faith to hit your bullseye. Interesting that I've got the poverty card there. Let's see where it leads us. rebuilding in the face of poverty. And this is not physical poverty, or it can be. Okay, thank you, Ngariin. But what you'll find is by embracing these energies, whether it's physical, spiritual, or mental poverty, you will find it being rebuilt. Thank you. You will find you're in the position to rebuild yourself. And it may be that you do have to enter, goodness forbid, this going backwards to be able to go forward moment. Okay, see where it takes us. Busyness, freedom, community and family. Slowly, small, masculine communication. Okay, as we busily enter this new freedom, which you will find will improve family relations. Slowly, the smallness of this okay, thank you, Ngariin, patriarchal energy will be drowned out by communication. Rule, home, security, plus acceptance of diversity and unity, demolishing contracts quickly, and a message being brought forward. Interesting. A message being brought forward of, sorry, I don't know if you can see that, of joining. Oh, okay, thank you. So the rule that is currently on our home and our security and acceptance of diversity and full unity is going to be broken down. These contracts, these laws, these legislations are going to be broken down very quickly as we move forward. And this is all about a message being brought forward of acceptance and help and joining together. And I do have to laugh because at the base is my spirit animal, the dragonfly. It is about transformation, fullness, feminine, a feminine energy coming forward. Okay, so that's just basically telling us as we go forward, it is about being the mentor, being the person you want to see, and it will end up breaking down the patriarchal energy that is ruling over home plus acceptance and unity. Okay, I hope that was helpful for you. If you have any questions or you'd like me to expand on this further, please put them in the box below. I'm almost reluctant to let go of this reading because it's something I feel I could spend 2 days exploring. But I thank you for coming along with me today in regards to this. I just am feeling very empowered and powerful for myself, for yourself, and for your engagement with your higher vibration and your spirituality. So thank you for joining me today. I really, really appreciate you being along for this journey. And take care. Be the example of how you would like this this Mother Earth to go forward. Plant, even if it's in a pot in your apartment, plants some greenery. Enjoy. I've got pot plants everywhere in my house and they seem to be growing daily. They regenerate the air in your environment. So plant, dig your toes in the soil or the sand or the grass whenever you have an opportunity. If it's the local park, take your shoes off, make sure there's no prickles, and just rub your toes against earth and just feel that energy. if you feel secure enough, lie down and meditate in the environment that you're in, with the trees and the sky, and just embrace and be the mentor as we go forward, and be the example. It's not going to be easy. You are going to find that there will be some that will find it difficult because they are not ready, but you will find that by them observing your transition, they will open up eventually. But as I said, it will take, it's not years, it's not even a couple of decades. It may take up to a century for this entire transition to occur, and we are only at the beginning of it. So thank you for joining me today. Love to you all. Look after yourselves. Bye-bye.